So you think we need one more? You think we need one more? What's going on, folks, and welcome back to Four Corners of the Galley. I'm your host, PBO, and you're joining me on another edition of Top 4 plus one more. Well, what's that? Well, that's our top list, folks. We do everything. Top movies, top directors, top franchises, top rap songs, top music videos, top Burger King commercials. You know, that's coming too. Well, in this edition, folks, with Black KKK Klansman coming out this weekend, I decided we need to take a look back at the great directing career of Mr. Spike Lee. So here is our top 4 plus one more Spike Lee movies. All right. So coming in at number 4, we got 2006 Inside Man. This is directed by Mr. Spike Lee, starring Denzel Washington, Clive Owen, Jodie Foster, and Chitlia Etlafort. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. You're an amazing actor. I love you very much. But yes, Inside Man. Spike Lee's foray into the heist world. He did not write this movie. This is actually written by someone else, but it does have that Spike Lee flavor with a lot of that in-shot moving cameras and how he has Denzel Washington framed and he's moving, but the rest of the screen's not moving. I love those different shots. He did that in a couple other movies. Summer of Sam, I love that in, and a first of his originals. Great movie, great concept. I love that it's a deeper dive into a bank heist and more psychological than actual heist, and then just the whole back and forth and how they get away with it. I love this movie. I thought it was shot great. Denzel and Chitlia Etlafort playing off each other as the two detectives was great. Clive Owen as the bank robber. Just a great cast. Great movie by Spike Lee. I just absolutely love this movie. It's a great find. I'm a huge heist fan, and this is a great movie from Spike. All right, so kicking off to number 3, we got 1992 Malcolm X. That's right, folks. We got starring Mr. Denzel Washington, which he was also nominated, and Angela Bassett. This is not written, but of course it's an autobiography of Malcolm X, the legendary Malcolm X. And Spike Lee, I mean, he does his thing. Him and Denzel on this movie. This movie's amazing. I watched this when it first came out in theaters. I've seen it probably like 10 more times. I mean, this movie is powerful. It shows the true Malcolm X from his rise when he was a knucklehead gangster in New York and how he reformed himself and recommitted himself and did better, and then only to reevaluate himself later in life and see things differently again. And I thought that Spike Lee did a great job of capturing the man and what he dealt with and what he went through. Also in this movie, Spike likes to play his roles, and he plays Shorty in this. He's always good. Plays Malcolm X's buddy when he was Red as a young kid, and plays one of his criminal buddies. So yeah, great movie. All right, so let's kick it over to our wild card. That's our plus one more, folks, and we got 2002's The 25th Hour. Whoo! I mean, talk about greatness. This movie is actually written by Dan and Dave. That's Dan and Dave Benioff and Weiss. That's the Game of Thrones guys. They wrote this way back in the day. Spike directed, starring Edward Norton, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Miss Rosario Dawson. Oh, what a great movie. This stars as Edward Norton is a man with 25 hours to go before he goes to jail for a long time. And he's trying to put all his affairs in order, and come to find out why he's going to jail, he starts to unravel the mystery that night. It is a great movie that takes place in one time, in just a short time, and it's just the intertwining and how it all goes back. He does some flashbacks in the middle. It's completely different from anything else I've seen from Spike Lee. He goes in a different direction. He goes with a cast he's never used before. I mean, I thought this movie was amazing. It's a very something that you would never know that Spike did, and it was absolutely phenomenally done. Edward Norton kills it. Philip Seymour Hoffman, rest in peace, is amazing in this movie also. All right, so let's kick it off to our number 2 movie, folks, and that would be 1998's He Got Game. Oh, who's it starring? Oh, that's right, Denzel Washington, along with Ray Allen and Miss Rosario Dawson. Yes, and he did not act in this movie. Spike decided not to be in this movie. Now, I don't know if you've seen my Denzel Washington top 4 plus one more, which you can check out right here. Check it out. Yeah, love that. I love this movie. He Got Game is a great exploration of showing what young phenomenal superstars or young kids that have extraordinary talents go through when they have all the pressures of real world coming at them all at the same time. You have a young Ray Allen playing Jesus Shuttleworth, who is basically a LeBron before LeBron. He's one of the most highly talented basketball players out there. Schools want him, agents want him, girls want him, everybody wants a piece of him. And who comes out of nowhere? Well, this comes Denzel Washington, his father, who's actually in jail for killing his mother, and he's trying to convince his son, who he hasn't been in his life for 10 years, that he wants him to go to state college who could help him out. It is a great pool of emotion and shows you how crazy society could be when you have talent and everybody wants them. What a great movie. Alright, folks, and without further ado, we kick it off into our number one movie of Spike Lee, and that would be Mr. 1998, his original film, Do the Right Thing. Written and directed by Mr. Spike Lee, nominated for an Oscar for Best Screenwriting, starring Danny Aiello and Ozzie Davis. This movie is amazing. I mean, it's awesome. There's nothing else to say. Spike poured his heart and soul into it. It's his first ever movie. He's in the movie. He plays a young delivery kid working from an Italian pizza place in the middle of Harlem, and it's all about the Italians and the black relationship. It is phenomenal. Everything about it. It is such an 80s movie. It is so placed in the 80s, so placed at the current times. Statue, the J's, everything. The big boom box. Just everything about it is beautiful. It is his homage to New York and his homage to the whole way that he grew up and everything like that. He does another amazing movie, Summer of Sam, which is also good, but this one right here, his first one out the door, Spike murdered it, and from that point forward, his career took off, and everyone is enjoying Spike Lee movies. So there you go, folks. There's our top 4 plus one more Spike Lee movies. Let's do a little quick recap. At number 4, I got Inside Man. Number 3, Malcolm X. My wild card is The 25th Hour. Number 2 is He Got Game. And my number 1 movie of Spike Lee is Do the Right Things. Well, there you go, folks. There's my list. I hope you enjoyed. Maybe you don't. Maybe you got some questions or concerns. Let me know. Put a like, comment, subscribe down below. Until next time, folks. Good night, Ted.